Hi, this is Diane, and I'm here with Steve Chasse. He runs Jackson, the Australian Shepherd. And this is going to be a Frizgility round. We're going to talk about the strategy involved in Frizgility. Steve, does Jackson have any agility experience prior to doing disc?
Jackson has agility experience training-wise, but he's never gone to a competition. So he definitely has the experience from training, but not from competition.
Okay, and I understand, was this your very first round of agility that you ever played with him?
We played a couple rounds of agility in Michigan before we went to Purina Farms for an event, and this is his best round.
Okay. Let's take a look and we'll watch it, and then we'll stop it. Actually, I want to stop when we get to the second round, but we'll show the first round, and then we can talk about the strategy involved. Here he goes.
So I try to follow him around, get him to go through the course quickly, and then I try to shoot for just getting past the 10-yard line. And that first throw, it went a little far.
Yeah, and let's watch this part in slow motion here. Here he comes out. He's over the jump, and you're supporting the jump so that he's going to take it.
Yep, definitely supporting the jump, and then trying to time it so that I get the throw off just as he's clearing the jump, and then getting it out to the middle just past the 10-yard line.
Yeah, and the reason I wanted to slow this down is I want to take a look at you and how you go from motion to stationary making a toss, because that's really difficult for people to do. You a lot of times get people still running while they're throwing. So there you go. You've planted your feet as he's going over the jump and are making the throw. And there he goes.
And this was really nice because it's just getting past the 10-yard.
Yeah, and look at that. He's already turning in the air, and he's already facing the other direction as he's in the air. So he's going to be able to land and get a really nice line to that next jump.
And he's done this enough that he enjoys it, and he loves the pattern. So, if you practice a little bit, you can get the pattern going. And he loves it. You can really see it, especially as he goes around this corner and he leans into the jump.
Right. And he went through the tunnel with absolutely no problem, with very little support, that he's, like a lot of dogs, drawn to the tunnel. Now, you are going through this clockwise each time.
Yeah, and one of the things, well, two things. One, if we stop here for a second, you'll notice that the exchange is a little slow. That's one of the things I definitely need to work on, getting a quicker exchange. The other thing is, as I go around the loop, he's got the pattern, but I kind of follow with him just at a short distance, and then it keeps me in rhythm for the throw. And I've done enough times that I can sense getting up to the line, but I make sure that I stop to get the good throw off.
Yeah, and the thing I wanted to point out about you going clockwise is that you're right-handed.
Okay,
and so that helps you a lot.
The other thing about going clockwise with being right-handed, the dog's on the left, so when you make the throw, your arm is not in the way of the disc. They have clear vision all the way for the throw, so they pick the disc up right away.
Right, and people who throw left-handed usually will go counterclockwise through the equipment, because you can go either direction.
Yeah, you can go either direction. So if you're lefty, most of the time that's advantageous. There's some dogs that tend to run much better one direction or the other. There's a few. If that's the factor, then you may want to go ahead and go the direction that dog runs best. If not, definitely take advantage of being able to throw with the disc visible quickly right away.
Okay, let's continue watching him. Right in the tunnel with no hesitation at all. He definitely knows the pattern.
He definitely knows the pattern. And one thing with the jump heights, I know a lot of people that do agility want to jump the same height they do in agility. I tend to go ahead and go the lowest height that he can jump, because he'll go through it smoother and faster. He won't lose, not that he's losing much time, but he does go faster when he doesn't have to get up as much air.
Yeah, and you're really complicating it. You've got a pattern that's built for speed. So you do have, the lower you jump, the faster you can go through, because it's so wide open. There's no funky turns. I mean, it's just a big half circle.
It's a nice loop, and they get the pattern, and they get real comfortable with it.
Right, and you're throwing a kink in there by throwing a disc. It's not just straight agility.
Now the one key thing here at the end, because I want to make sure I get to the sweet spot, and I'm almost running out of time, so instead of throwing it long, I throw it short so I get the catch and he's in the sweet spot.
Yeah, let's actually try and cue that up again. Go really fast. Look how fast Jackson is. And then we can watch the timing as soon as I get it queued up here. I think one more round. Oh.
All right, so we're getting...
There, okay. So let's watch as much as is in frame there in slow motion.
Yes, at this point I know I'm almost out of time, so I'm just getting a catch and getting him into the sweet spot.
Right, and so you threw that while you were behind this line right here.
Yep.
So that's the throwing line. You were behind it, you threw it, and then jumped in the sweet spot before he caught it, so that you and him and the disc all kind of land in the sweet spot.
Yep, it worked out perfect just the way the timing was. So you definitely want to take advantage of that sweet spot, and in this case I was able to work towards the sweet spot but also get the last catch, because I go and throw the 10-yard catch, then he's past the zone. You could still get the 10 point for the catch, but you don't get the catch and the sweet spot. So in this case I'm getting 13 points instead of 10 points. So, and that was enjoyable watching his best round. So
Yeah.
and the one key thing for him, we're going to work on getting a clean transition from disc to the jumps. So that's the one thing we need to work on. But it's a great round and it's a lot of fun.
Right. Well, especially that one jump that we analyzed when we went through in slow motion, where he was just over the line, turned in the air. That's a fantastic throw. That requires a lot of precision in your throwing. So for any novices watching this, don't expect to hit that on your first round. That's what you're aiming for. That's the goal. But it takes a lot of skill to throw with that kind of precision. And after years of throwing, I don't have that kind of precision.
Well, and I think the one key thing is that when you're playing and you're doing an event that's outside, you've got a wind. It's a big factor. In this case,
Yeah.
at Purina Farms, it was all indoors, a lot of space, so it wasn't. I know occasionally you can go to an agility event or an agility venue, and everything's very small and low ceilings and not much room. In this case, they've got a great hall that gives you plenty of space, and you don't have to deal with the wind. So when you throw it, once you've thrown it enough times, you know where it's going to go, and you don't have to worry about it going off course because of a breeze throwing it off.
Yes, that is a big point. That is great. Okay, any other words of wisdom to share?
I guess the one thing that I would just add is that the game's a lot of fun, and everyone that's competing, for the most part, I haven't run anyone that doesn't fit this category, is willing to help. So take advantage of that. Talk to people that are doing the event, that are doing it well. You can see some of the patterns, some of the things that they've learned over time. So it's a lot of fun, and talk to people and learn from their experience too.
Okay. Well, thanks for doing this, Steve.
You're welcome.